Let's do it, guys. We're gonna start with none other than a magic ring. And we're gonna do this like this, which is a little bit unconventional. And we're gonna chain one. And now we're gonna do a stacked single crochet as a substitute for our first double. This means we're gonna do one single, and in the sidebar, we're gonna stack another single on top of that. Now, we're gonna do 2 more doubles in the ring. And tighten it. And this is our first row. How cute is that? We're gonna turn, and without chaining or anything, we're just gonna go straight into that stitch, and we're gonna do another stacked and a double, and then we're gonna do 2 doubles in the next 2 stitches. So we have 4, and we're gonna do 5, 6. And this concludes row 2. Let's turn and do another stacked single. And a double in the same stitch. And now we're going to do a double in the next, 2 doubles in the next, double in the next, 2 doubles in the next, and double in the last stitch. And this concludes our row 3. Now we're going to turn again. And we're going to start, as usual, with a stacked single. And we're going to do a double in the next stitch. And then we're going to do 2 doubles in this stitch. Double in the next 2 stitches. Two doubles in the next stitch. Double in the next 2 stitches. And 2 doubles in the last stitch. And this concludes row 4. Now for row 5, we're going to turn and start with that stacked single once again. And this time we're going to do another double here. Double in the next 3 stitches. Two doubles in the next stitch. Double in the next 3 stitches. Two doubles in the next. Double in the next 3 stitches. And this concludes row 5. Now we're going to start row 6. And we're going to switch colors to blue. Or for you, if you have a different edging color, this is where you're gonna insert that color. For me, it's blue. And I'm going in here, in those sidebars, bringing in my blue. Bringing down my pink and turning. And now this tail from the blue and this pink, we're gonna carry until the end of the row. Just take these two and put them in the back like here. And we're gonna go again into this stitch and place those two yarns on top and do our stacked single. And we're gonna do a double crochet in the same stitch. And now double in the next 4 stitches. And 2 doubles in the next. Double in the next 4 stitches. And you guessed it, 2 doubles in the next. And then double in the last 4 stitches. Oh, come on. And now we can cut this one and this one from here. And just have the blue. And I'm cutting the pink as well. And this completes row 6. Now let's move on to row 7. And again, we're going to start with the stacked single. And a double. And then double in the next 5 stitches. Repeat this until the end of the row. So increase and 5 doubles. And this concludes row 7. Now we're moving on to row 8. And again, we're switching colors. And again, into those sidebars. And pull down the blue. And turn and carry these two on here behind the stitches. Let's start with that well known by now stacked single. Let's do double in the next 2 stitches. then 2 doubles in this one, then double in the next 6 stitches, then 2 doubles in the next, double in the next 6 stitches again, two doubles in the next, and double in the last 3 stitches. Now we can safely cut these 2 yarns here. Just pull on them a little. Okay. All right. And this concludes row 8. Now we're going to move on to row 9. We're going to turn and do our regular stacked single at the beginning of the row and a double right here. And now we're going to do double in the next 7 stitches. And do this until the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. So increase, then 7 doubles, increase 7 doubles, and I'll meet you here. This concludes row 9. For row 10, we're going to bring our yellow into the sidebars again. Shazam. Okay, bringing down the green and doing the very same thing, carrying the yellow and the green into our stitches until the end of the row. I was gonna say round, but it's not round yet. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this very first stitch, carrying those yarns in the back and doing our regular stacked single to begin, and then doing 3 more doubles. Now we're going to do an increase here. That is 2 doubles. And then you're going to do 8 doubles, then an increase, 8 doubles, then an increase, then 4 doubles. And this concludes our round 10. Do that and I will meet you here. All right, and we're left with the yellow. And we're going to do row 11 now. Okay, so we're going to do row 11. So we're going to start by doing 6 singles. So you're just going to go in there and do a single, 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna do 3 doubles. Then we're gonna do 2 doubles in the next. Then we're gonna do 9 doubles. Then again, we're gonna do 2 doubles in the next. Then we're gonna do double in the next 4 stitches. And single in the last 6 stitches. This concludes row 11. Now we're going to move on to row 12. Before we do that, we're going to cut the yellow yarn. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the 10th stitch, we're going to attach our pink. And we're going to chain 1 and single into the same stitch. Single into the next stitch. Then we're going to have double in the next 10 stitches. And single in the next 2 stitches. Now, we're going to cut this yarn. This concludes row 12. Now for row 13, we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th here, we're going to attach pink again. Chain 1, single, single in the next, double in the next 3, and single in the next 2. Now we're going to cut the yarn for this row as well. For the last row, we're going to attach here. So in the 3rd stitch of the previous row, chain 1, single, then in the next one, double, and in the last one, a single. We're just gonna cut the yarn. What we're gonna wanna do is have 19 stitches on each side of this square. And we're gonna start right here. chain one, and let's do a single in the same space. What I like to do is work like on top of each of these doubles 2 singles. And because I have 10 rows here, I should have like 20 stitches, but I'm gonna skip one and I'm just gonna have 19. So we just did one. Now we're gonna go in here and have the second single in here. In here. So let's stop and count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I still need 16, 17, 18, 19. So 4. And yeah, I think I might have worked a little too tightly there. So let's see if I just do one here. Whoops. One here, and one here. We should have 19. On this side, we have our stitches and everything is pretty clear. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now when we reach this point, we do want to hide those tails, and we're just going to bring them up here. So we were at 9, right? Now we have 10, 11, 12, 13, and now we have even more to hide. Right here at the base, while also hiding these 2 tails. This is gonna be 14. Now we're gonna get up here and keep hiding those tails. This is gonna be 15. And this is gonna be 16. Okay, 17. 18 and 19. And I'm gonna have to have 19 and 19. But now that you have seen how I made this and this, I'm sure you can do this and this yourself. And I'll meet you here for the slip stitch. I went around and I have 19 stitches on each side of the square. I hid all of my little tails and I'm just gonna pull on them and I'm gonna cut them. The one I didn't hit is this initial one, which I should have, but I guess I'm just gonna have to weave that one in. Go back into the same stitch and do a single, and then into the sidebar we're going to do another single, then chain 1, and this will substitute our first treble. And then we're going to do 2 trebles into the same stitch. we're just gonna skip 2 and do 3 doubles. Skip 2, 3 doubles. Skip 2, 3 doubles. Skip 2, 3 doubles. And again, skip 2, 3 doubles. Skip 2, and we're gonna do the corner. That would be 3 trebles into this stitch. Chain 2 and 3 trebles into the next stitch. Now skip 2 and doubles. 3. Okay, so keep doing this, and I will meet you here to conclude this corner. Okay, so if you find yourself in my situation, which is having 3 stitches until these 2 stitches where you're supposed to work the corner, don't worry, just keep 3 instead of 2. And it's perfectly okay, because by the end we're gonna have the same number of stitches on the edge to sew all the other granny squares together. So this is our main goal, and it won't be noticeable if you skip 2 or if you skip 3 stitches here. Okay, moving on to this part. Okay, so now for the final round, we're gonna do single crochet in each stitch and 3 singles in the chain 2 spaces from the corners. So we're just gonna go right into that stitch that we just did, into the slip stitch, and do the first single, and then the next, and the next, and so on until we reach that chain 2 space, and I will meet you here to slip stitch together. Okay, so I just did the single crochet all around. I'm going to slip stitch here in the first single, and I'm going to cut the yarn along. Here's our rainbow. It's super duper cute. Next week we're gonna do the heart granny square. I'll see you then, guys. Bye.